Daddy, how are you? Can I please have a teensy loan of $1 million to start my fashion brand?
Absolutely not, Pumpkin.
But you took away all my credit cards.
And for good reason. Figure this one out yourself, sweetheart.
Ugh, fine. Figure it out myself. Ugh! How to start a luxury brand.
For those of us who don't have a daddy with $1 million, there is a way to start a fashion brand, and it's called Printify. Now listen, before you come at us saying that POD products aren't high quality, blah, 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 a brand, luxury or not, has to start somewhere. And because Printify helps you create products like organic cotton tees made on demand, there's no upfront investment, meaning you can start for free. It's absolutely possible to start as a tiny niche streetwear brand and end up partnering with Louis Vuitton to create luxury streetwear. Supreme did just that in 2017. This year alone, the luxury goods market is projected to generate almost $370 billion, with luxury fashion expected to account for about a third of that. Use this as your motivation to either start a luxury brand from scratch or even add a luxury line to your existing brand. Think to yourself for a moment about well-known luxury brands. Now, what do they all have? Every successful luxury brand has 5 key elements that you need to prioritize when starting your brand. The first is the most obvious and what people see right away. When they see your products, they instantly recognize your distinct logo and colors. Luxe designs are unique and tend to be minimalist and clean, usually somewhere between 1 and 3 colors. Now, there's no set color formula when it comes to your brand, but it is important that your colors portray your overall message. Consider color psychology and the message different colors convey. Black and gold are classics that symbolize power and elegance. Deep purples and blues can speak royalty, while red can speak passion and desire. For a more sophisticated palette, think neutral colors and muted tones, as opposed to vibrant colors. For an edgier aesthetic, contrasting darker colors with lighter shades can help give a bolder look. Or, bright colors like red can be big and out of the ordinary, which also can make your brand stand out. Sharp angles and straight lines can help create a clean look, while negative space can be used to give a minimalist feel. A high-end logo should also have readable typography that spells out your brand name or even initials. Serif and cursive fonts are a popular choice. And of course, this all needs to be presented in just as elegant of a way on your storefront with beautiful photography doing the speaking for you. Luxury all starts with that first look, your brand image. Your logo and designs can't just look good alone though. They have to be presented with high-quality, premium products. Which brings us to our next point. The first thing people think of for premium quality is that it's expensive. Premium means a hefty price tag. At least for us working-class citizens. Shocker. But we're not the target audience. For affluent consumers, price itself can give the perception of high value, making the product more desirable and even exclusive. So you'll definitely need a luxury pricing strategy for your brand. You can choose to price a t-shirt for $200 or $90, but you have to balance price with perceived value to maintain brand integrity. Now, I would never spend $200 on a shirt. A $100 shirt? I'd potentially consider it if the cause was right, and more on that later, and if I could pay it in installments. If you want to appeal to more people, you could consider payment installments in your pricing strategy as well, which you can set up through Shopify Pay. That is, multiple smaller payments instead of one lump sum. Now, most consumers who buy premium products also want comfort. Most won't be looking at exact proportions of materials or care if a shirt is 100% regenerative cotton, as long as it feels nice to wear. After researching some well-known luxury brands, you'll see that Printify's catalog offers comparable quality materials. My top recommendations: the 100% organic cotton creator tee, it's super soft. This 6.5-ounce 100% organic Sparker shirt. This sweatshirt made from 85% organic cotton and 15% recycled polyester. And our 100% cotton boxy tee. The flowy, oversized look is really in right now. And when it comes to your premium products, never skimp on branding, whether that's through your design, neck labels, or package inserts. So number 2, premium products. You know what else luxury consumers want on top of that though? They want something that others can't have. People who buy luxury want to have a status symbol. Scarcity, limited editions, and exclusivity help create the market for luxury products. While some want to show off that they're rich AF, others want to subtly display that they have classy taste, a concept called quiet luxury. This trend actually goes against the flashy display of wealth with more understated elegance. You could say that wealth is only known to those who know what to look for, or in other words, if you know, you know. The idea of quiet luxury, stealth wealth, old money aesthetic, or silent luxury, all keywords you should be targeting, has actually been in and out of fashion for a long time, but recently it's been trending again thanks to pop culture and social media. Hashtag quiet luxury has gained millions of views on TikTok and Instagram. Encourage niche influencers to showcase your product to leverage social media's visual impact, especially on image-centric platforms like Instagram, where luxury and fashion thrive. The ultimate goal here is to get your brand to become a status symbol, whether ostentatiously or quietly. Our third point then, create symbolic value through exclusivity. Wealthy individuals value this last point. Remember, you're targeting a very specific audience, one who has money that you want them to spend in your shop. Meaning we need to talk about number 4. Your customer's experience needs to be absolutely top-notch before, during, and especially after a purchase. This not only reinforces your brand's dedication, but significantly strengthens brand loyalty and reputation. Luxury brands rely heavily on customer loyalty, so you need to go the extra mile to differentiate yourself from the rest. Rolls-Royce is a top example of this, as it set itself apart in the luxury car market by offering personalization. Overall, do things differently. Don't be different just for the sake of being different. Be different because you are different. Provide an extraordinary customer experience. Now, everything I've just mentioned ties into this last point, and this might be the most important one. You want to connect emotionally with your customers, get them to trust you, and stay loyal to your brand. When people deeply resonate with something, they'll do just that. Think of your brand's history, values, the people behind it, and tell a story. Then use this in your marketing. These days, a lot of luxury brands engage in cause marketing, or link products to a charitable cause, or provide a link for direct donations. But it's been shown that luxury consumers are more likely to engage in product link campaigns. It's also a tax exemption. A more involved and active approach is brand activism, or a publicly stated position that goes further than just simply fulfilling social responsibility. Ben & Jerry's ice cream is a really good example of this. Incorporating sustainability and social responsibility is almost a must in your luxury brand, especially if you want to connect with younger audiences. So our final point, give your brand meaning. With all this info, I think we're ready to create a store now. But before we get into it, let us know how we're doing by filling out the survey linked in the description and comments, and get a chance to win some luxury prizes like samples, store credit, and so much more. Now that we know the 5 key elements that make up a luxury brand are image, premium products, exclusivity, above and beyond customer service, and meaning, let's create one. We need to be honest with ourselves though. We're probably not going to be creating a luxury shop on a marketplace. We want to stand out on our own, so I'm going to show you how to set one up on Shopify. I first asked ChatGPT to pretend to be a customer who loves and only buys from luxury brands, and what kind of aesthetic they'd like for their luxury items. It basically spat out a lot of the same ideas that I've already shared with you. Then I asked, if you were to build a luxury brand, what would you name your brand? What would the aesthetic be? And what products would you sell? And some other questions about slogans, colors, logos, and designs. ChatGPT is awesome for some initial ideas and inspiration, but it definitely should not replace your whole research process of competitors, trends, or your own brand story. So the name of my brand is Elysium, which means a place or condition of ideal happiness, and it also relates to Greek mythology, so that'll be our inspiration for our design and colors. I then used this info to create a logo and some designs in Midjourney and made some minor adjustments in Photoshop. And for my text element, I actually just used Canva. Once we've set up our Shopify account, we're going to choose and install a theme first thing by clicking Online Store and Themes in the left menu. Here we can access the theme store. We're going to find a free one, but if you have the budget, we recommend a paid theme as it'll offer more features and help you create an even more unique look. Browse the different looks and check out the demo stores to get an idea of how it could look both on desktop and mobile. When you find a look that suits you, click Try Theme, give it a few moments to install, and publish. Now we can customize it how we want. But first, let's get our products from Printify to Shopify. Under My Products in your Printify account, click on the product, choose your mockups, or you can add your own in Shopify, and click Publish. We'll edit the rest of the listing in Shopify. It might take a few minutes to publish, but once that's done, go back to Shopify and find Products. Select the product you just published, and now we can edit the listing title, description, photos, and price, and save when you're done. I've gone ahead and published the rest of my products. Let's now make a few collections. Click on Collections and create collection. A collection can be anything you want, for example, a seasonal collection, men's or women's, or product type. You can choose to add products manually to your collection or automatically whenever you publish a product based on criteria you set. Upload an image for your collection and save. Now we can add products. Repeat these steps for the rest of your collections. Now we get to the fun part of making our homepage pretty and unique. Click Online Store and Customize to be taken to the homepage editor. Let's start with our theme settings. We'll add our logo and a favicon image. This is the small picture next to the page title in a browser tab. Next, we're going to set the color schemes for our site. These are the default color schemes for this particular theme, but we can change them however we want. Click on a scheme to edit the colors, preferably your brand colors. We can set the background color, text color, and colors of our buttons. I'm going to create a second lighter theme so we have some contrast. Then let's choose how text will look on our page. I'll choose a serif font for the headings as it looks a bit more elegant and on brand for my shop, and a sans serif font for the body as it tends to be a bit more readable. I'm also going to round the corners of all my buttons by adjusting the corner radius slider under the buttons menu. I'm also going to do the same for the variant pills. These are the buttons that show the different variants available for a certain product. In the theme settings, you can also add your social media pages. And most importantly, remember to save all your changes as you go. Let's go back to sections to work on our store layout. Let's work from the top down, starting with the announcement bar. When clicking on a section, you'll see that it gets highlighted so you know what part of the page you're working on. I'll first change the color scheme to one I created with my brand colors. You can also choose if you want a line separating your announcement and main header. Now let's change our text. Here you can add a short line about your brand, a welcome announcement, or even a promotion you have going on. And let's move on to the header. Set the position of your logo and add a menu if you'd like. Menus are a good idea as it gives a better overview of the products you offer and helps shoppers find things more easily. I'll show you how to create menus shortly. A sticky header allows you to show your logo and menu while a shopper is scrolling. But I'm going for a different look, so I'll keep it off. You can also adjust the padding or amount of space between the header and other sections. Let's move on to the next section. By clicking on a section or element on the preview, you'll be taken to the editor on the left side. Instead of text though, I want to showcase one of my best-selling products right underneath my heading by adding a picture. In this theme, we already have an image banner included, so we can drag and drop our sections in whatever order we want. If your theme doesn't have an image banner already, I'll show you in a moment how to add a section. Add the image you want to show. I'll add 2 pictures and make it a bit darker so it's almost like a teaser. I plan on adding the full product right underneath so customers won't have to look far for my best-selling product. I'm also going to animate my image to give it a bit more pizzazz. And of course, save your work. As I mentioned, I want to feature my bestseller right away, so we can either delete this text section or we can hide it. Let's add our featured product by clicking on it and selecting the product. And now I'm going to use the second color scheme I created so it stands out even more. I want shoppers to preview my product even closer, so I'll adjust that under Image Zoom. Click on the text element to edit it. Remember the variant pills I mentioned earlier? Now we can see them in action with our nice rounded corners. But I want my image corners to match my button corners. So let's go back to Theme Settings and Media to fix that. I want my homepage to be more visual, so I'm going to hide the next text sections as well and add a new section. In the Add Section menu, we see all the options. I want to show my collections with a small description, so I'll choose multi-row. But keep in mind that what works and looks good for my store might not be the best for yours. It's good to experiment with different styles to see what's best for your brand. By clicking the first image, we can add our own. I'm going to showcase my women's collection first. Remember the collections we made? We can link it directly here on the homepage. I'll add my next 2 collections following the same steps, and I'm going to change the color scheme for this section so that each collection pops a bit more. As promised, I'm going to show you how to create your menu now. Back in the admin page, click Pages under Online Store and Add Page. Give the page a title and whatever content you want to show. Repeat this for any pages you'd like to have, like an About Us page, a contact page, or FAQ. Now find Navigation and Main Menu. I already had some old pages here, but don't want these in my main menu, so I'll delete them. Click Add Menu Item, name it, and choose where you want it to link to. Repeat for any items you want in your main menu. I'll add my 3 collections and my story page and save it. I've gone ahead and made some last edits to my shop, so we're ready to have a final look. And to be honest, I love how my featured boots turned out with the little teaser. And by now, your luxury shop should be looking pretty rich too. But none of this matters if your customers can't actually buy your products. Learn how to set up a payment method and other important info like store policies in this step-by-step Shopify setup guide.